everyone. You are watching a brand new episode of Vedgecation. I am your host, Leiah.
I'm here, I'm Brit, I'm almost not here. Let's be real. This is one of my least favorite topics, so what we're gonna talk about today, and honestly, I'm not all right.
We are talking about a little bit about our fitness journeys today. So I started working out when I was, I don't know. I was a classical dancer for a long time till I was probably 18. So I was definitely overworking out and under eating then. So then that kind of led to, I obviously quit dancing when I was in my early 20s. I had a back injury. So quit dancing, and then I call it over cardio for a while. I was doing the running thing, doing exactly what you were, which didn't really hold up with my back. So after that, throughout 20s, even 30s, you know, working out for me was not a form of self-love. It was a form of self-punishment. I always pushed myself so hard, and I would work out incredibly. You know, I was always in really great shape. And fast forward to having mold toxicity and getting really sick. And no one really talked to me about how difficult that would be for my body to detox all of the things that I was detoxing. And I was still very much keeping up with my crazy workout routine until my body essentially kind of gave out on me.
And you know, I feel like people never pause and think about when you're in different stages of your life, or when your body's going through something, or when you're going through something emotionally. Like, you can't do the same thing at the same level across all these different stages. So you were detoxing, but you were still trying to lift heavy weights, you know, do heavy cardio, all the things that you were doing before you were detoxing, and putting your body through everything that kind of goes along with that. What do you think you were punishing yourself for when you were like really heavily intensive?
I mean, it was always because I ate too much, or I drank, or I didn't like the way that my body looked, or. The challenge that I see is, for a lot of us, we don't want to, and this is where I think I do get it right when working with my own body, is I did finally take accountability, and I did quit working out for an extended period of time. And I really haven't started up back into a fitness regime because I know my body's not ready for it yet.
Can I take a little bit of credit for that? Because when I would talk to you on the phone and I would be like, are you working out? Go do some yoga. Yes. And I feel like that is why you saw the light.
100%. It was all you.
I mean.
But it's taking accountability, boo.
I made you take accountability is what I'm saying.
What are you taking accountability for today?
Is the episode over?
Yes.
Okay.
So what is your history of like moving your body?
Honestly, I wasn't active as a kid. Like, I was never in sports. I tried out for cheerleading 1 year, didn't make it. And I was like, well, I'm never trying that again, because how dare I fail, right? So I just quit.
I'm really surprised.
Yeah, I'm not athletic at all.
You have definitely grown up, beauty.
So fast forward to, I'm an adult. I've had my children, still not active, but I had a really good friend at work who was just getting into like her fitness journey. And so we would start walking and running together at lunch. And it just like took off for me. So every day during lunch, I would run. I would shower at work, which now sounds so gross, but here I was running and showering at work. Then I became an online fitness coach. Then the beauty pageant where we met came into play.
And can I just, so I didn't know Brit at this point.
Yeah.
But I saw photos of her. You guys, she was no bigger than like a stick of spaghetti before it's cooked.
I was small.
Very small.
I was very active.
You could have been in like a commercial, any of those ones that promise that you will be a stick of spaghetti if you lose all the weight. And I say that with love, but she knows now, I think, knowing what she knows about food and nutrition, she was likely over exercising and
I was like, for sure.
Yeah.
And at that time, I was counting calories like real heavy. And I mean like putting it in an app, everything that I would eat. So it was like not a sustainable, healthy process at all. And then after a certain point, I was just like, F this stuff. And I just stopped. And like, for whatever reason, I have not been able to get back any kind of like motivation, discipline to like get up and get moving again. I think I just feel sedentary because from the pandemic to now, like I work from home. And probably before I felt more active because in my work day, I was like up, moving around, traveling, going to see clients and stuff. And when that stopped, I don't know, it's just been very difficult to get it back.
You have 2 small boys. You're pretty busy.
Yeah.
You are walking. So I wouldn't say you're not an active person at all, but I think people discredit walking.
Yeah.
And so they're like, oh, I don't do anything. And they're actually like, oh, well, I walk. I had a new client that started with me and he's like, I'm going to the gym 6 days a week. I'm doing karate 4 days a week. And then I do this job where I burn over 1,000 calories while I'm working. And I'm like, we're doing the most.
Yeah.
Too much.
Yeah.
There is, and for any of you, have you guys seen that there is a new series about the blue zones?
No.
Dan went to all of these countries who had the longest living people. So they were 100 plus, right? So they had numerous people who were in their 90s, 100, lived very, very long times. What a lot of them did is a lot of them would live in like very hilly areas. So when they would walk to go get things, they would have to climb up a hill. Or some of them didn't sit in chairs. So they actually sat on the floor for the majority of the day, even well into their 90s and 100s. So if you think about if you're sitting on the floor and then you have to get up, right?
You got to exert more energy.
You have to exert more energy. It's like doing 100 squats a day. So, you know, putting movement into your life that you're already doing, which is what I try and help my clients with, right? And that's what I typically see. I either see people who do nothing or people who do way too much and their bodies don't love them for it. Yeah. But what I'm saying is walking is enough.
Yeah.
And a lot of people discredit that. You don't have to do all of the things that they tell you to do because we're really not doing it for health. We're doing it for aesthetics.
Facts.
Well, work on your own discipline, your own accountability, and join us on our next episode. We love you so much.